Rabbi Shaul of Tarsus said this in 1 Corinthians chapter number 6, verse 16, and do you not know that he who is joined to a whore is one body? For he says, the two shall become one flesh. Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, day number 5, the final day of Acharei Mot. So it's a whole week plus 2 additional days last week. A lot of study on this particular Torah portion. And we come to chapter number 18 of the book of Leviticus. Let's begin with verse 1. Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, speak to the children of Israel and say to them, I am Yahweh your Elohim. Do not do as they do in the land of Mitzrayim where you dwelt, and do not do as they do in the land of Canaan, where I am bringing you, and do not walk in their laws. Do my right rulings and guard my laws to walk in them. I am Yahweh your Elohim, and you shall guard my laws and my right rulings, which a man does and lives by them. I am Yahweh. Then we begin the subject with verse number 6. No one is to approach any one of his own flesh to uncover his nakedness. I am Yahweh. What follows is a list of relatives, blood relatives, that we are forbidden to engage in sexual activity with. Why does a man need to be told in the Torah to not sexually engage in a relationship with his parents, his aunt, his uncles, his mother-in-law? Who? Why? What rational-minded individual would even contemplate such things? Why does Yah have to tell man no? Because while man is the highest thinking, considering, functioning of all Yah's kingdom of creation, it is also within the ability of man to imagine and to dream, to consider, to rationalize, and if it was left up to mankind, then they would do the unthinkable, the abominable, the insanely sensual, because they imagined it. And because this is given to us, this list of forbidden relationships, is given to us in the context of the command, do not do as they did in Mitzrayim, nor as they do in the land of Canaan, where I am sending you, Canaan, if you will. It was perhaps then acceptable behavior for one to marry a close relation or engage in a private nature relationship with such a person. Left to his own devices, man will so pollute himself, degrade himself, and engage in behavior that is more animalistic than human, to the place that he will absolutely drive himself insane. A quick reading of Romans chapter 1 gives us an understanding that because man refused to recognize, number one, refused to recognize Elohim in his true character and authenticity, but rather changed Elohim to fit his own pattern of thinking and his own preferences, Yah says, I just gave you up to an incredibly dysfunctional, reprobate mind, so that you would do what is unthinkable and abominable. And what follows is descriptions that allude to homosexual behavior. So Yah calls this an abomination. It's vile. It's disgusting. Yet it has become acceptable in mainstream America. I have been greatly saddened and angered at the same time at the promotion of such relationships, and even something like television commercials. It's not just programming, where there is a demand by the alphabet community, if you want to call them that not only are there characters to be portrayed consistently in television programming among the cast of characters, but that they be done so in a positive light. So there has to be an inclusion of some aberrant lifestyle character and introduced in a positive, wholesome way. It's incompatible. But yet we're supposed to accept it as normal and usual. But you don't have to go into that arena of thought. I have a great concern that I have noticed a trend of for years, but it has become a frequent part of what I've seen of mainstream Hebraic roots or Messianic communities. And that is the practice that young people who are in love, who want to be married, will cohabit together prior to marriage. So they're living together without the benefit of marriage, or they're engaging in ongoing sexual relationship prior to marriage, to the place that they become expecting of a child. And then they have the great wedding ceremony to officiate or to officially declare their marriage so that their child will be brought into a marital home. I'm told you're old-fashioned. Nobody does it that way anymore. No one saves themselves from marriage anymore. That's unreasonable in our day and time. It shouldn't be expected. That's just the way things are now, etc. Scripturally, it's called fornication. And Yah doesn't wink at it. We wink at it. Our society winks at it. We justify it. We excuse it. And Yah hates it. The idea that one would engage in an ongoing intimate relationship without the benefit of marriage, even to the place of buying homes together and living together. Then we decide, okay, we want to have a wedding. What is the wedding for? Why are you standing before the creator of the universe and his designated officiant presiding over an entrance into a covenant relationship before the creator, when we have thumbed our nose at him and said, I will do it my way? I don't want to be seen today as going on a rant, although that's probably what I just did. So I'm coming off the soapbox to the point that I don't want to come across as angry today. I'm saddened. I'm brokenhearted. We're missing the idea of covenant. We're missing the idea of purity. We're taken away from the actions of marriage, engaging two lives together, becoming one together. We're taking it out of the boundaries that Yah has set for that, and we're robbing of it the power and the ability that Yah is wanting to put into it. The reality is this, and I'll try not to be too graphic here, but when a man and a woman, a husband and a wife, when they become one flesh together, that's their original created order. Mankind was created as a single being before Yah took the masculine and the feminine and separated them. And his command was that they come back together, because it's then that they are the most like the image of Elohim that he was created in. When we defile that, then we are creating a different image of Elohim. Rav Shaul says that when you join yourself together in whoredom or harlotry or fornication, you become one flesh. But you become one flesh to declare a different Elohim. Shabbat Shalom to you, to your family, to all who gather with you. When you sit around your table, perhaps tonight, and you light the candles, if you do, as you break the bread, as you worship and fellowship together, may your King come and sit with you at your table. I wish that for you. I pray that for you. We'll see you again next week. Until then, Shabbat Shalom.